Got my vodka.
Woo! Welcome to another Never Have I Ever. This is number 17, and I'm really excited about these cute, cool cats and kittens that I have ready for this round. Woo! I'm just going to start right into it, introducing people. Woo! To my, over here, he is the host of the Panic Attacking podcast, and you've seen him on Late Night with Stephen Colbert, Steve Rogers.
Hello. Thank you.
Also in his spare time, he fights crime. And in this corner, check out her OnlyFans, and you can find her on Sex Panther, Jillian Janson.
Hi, guys.
I know Jillian from way back in January. We met and now we're best buds. And below me, she also has an OnlyFans, and you'll probably see her in Vegas / LA sometime next month in September. Sophia West.
Hello, hello, hello.
And holding it up on the bottom row, he's the host of the American Loser podcast. His lighting is not that great. KP Burke.
I'm just dragging this entire row down. I'm sorry about that, guys.
I like it. Your lighting is very much like someone who's going to start jerking off soon. I'm into it. All right. And on the bottom right, he's the independent film producer, Hollywood hotshot, John Paul Rice.
Woohoo! Hello. How you doing?
All right. This is Never Have I Ever. It's kind of a drinking game, but again, if you don't drink, that's okay. We had one person relapse on this Zoom. It doesn't need to happen again. You know,
Wow.
drink coffee. It was fun. It might have been the best episode, but this tonight, you know, it's all a trade-off. So never have I ever. Rules are, you say never have I ever fallen down a flight of stairs, whatever it is. If you've done it, you take a drink and then you tell the story of how you fell down the stairs and so on and so forth. And we learn about each other. Sharing is caring. It could be sexual. It could not be, you know, no pressure. So, okay, I will start with one. Okay, never have I ever waxed my pubes. And this is for, I guess, me. I've waxed them myself. I've also paid to have strangers wax them, but I have also waxed it myself. Really?
Does plucking count?
Does what?
Does plucking count?
No, but I do want to hear about that, Jillian. Plucking, holy cow. That's and unnecessary. Yeah, I tried to wax it myself. I had a take-home kit. This was years and years ago. I was like, I can do it.
Just called a candle.
No, it wasn't a candle. It was like an actual, whatever, $5 wax your own cooch set. And it was so painful. I literally only did half. So I like looked down and I was like, I could do no more. And I looked very much like a black and white cookie. No one would eat. It just was, you know what I mean? The last black and white cookie at the bakery, it's getting stale. It's in the back row. That was what I was dealing with. So, and also I scared away John Paul Rice with that one. That's good. All right, KP.
Yeah, you got me. I'm former military, and we have a lot of downtime when we're deployed overseas. So we thought it would be hilarious if I waxed my pubes, and I also tapped about halfway through. So.
Oh my God. What did you do it with?
Well, it started with one of the wax strips, and one of our buddies had it sent over to him. And then when I tapped out and completely wimped out, embarrassingly enough, we wound up finishing it with like one of those micro touch things.
What's a micro touch?
It's like halfway between a razor and like a buzzer kind of a thing. So it was pretty much my pubes looked like Sinead O'Connor's head.
Wow.
Did you do the taint and all?
No, I wimped out. I don't have the tolerance for it.
Oh, goodness.
And then they started singing Nothing Compares to Pubes.
If only I'd thought of it.
You can still do it, I guess.
That's
Yeah, you know, pubes are a tricky thing. It's like you can't live them, you can't live without them. But plenty of people do, as seen by all my trips to the locker room. John's back. I hope it
We're
was.
gonna try this again. I don't know. We just internet issues tonight.
Oh no, I hope it wasn't. I was like, for sure, the mention of my pubes, I knew is what scared you away. But anyway.
Of course.
Okay, John, do you want to do one before your internet cuts out?
Oh, sure. What do I have to admit again? Anything?
It could be anything.
Let's see. Never have I ever.
And his internet's gone.
Oh no.
Wow.
Pause. All right, Sophia, take it
Yeah.
away.
You know,
You back?
Zoom lag.
So I guess I'll go. Let me think of something.
I think I'm freezing again. Damn it.
Damn it, John. Zoom lag.
Never have I ever. Now, do I say something I have done or haven't done?
Usually have.
Okay. All right. Let me think of something good. Never have I ever been caught doing a blowjob in public.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I should have been.
Yeah, you got lucky then.
So either.
What about you, Jillian? Were you caught?
No, we were actually in Jamaica, hedonism, so it's where you're allowed to be naked and do whatever you want, pretty much. And so I remember giving a blowjob. I was even videoing it for my OnlyFans.
Good
Oh,
for you.
wow.
So I guess I can drink on that, right?
Mhm.
Caught so much as other people saw you, and it was a thing.
Chrissie, I'm sorry.
know
I
people
do not have a
talk.
Navy story for this one.
Well, that's okay, All right, Sophia, where were you when that happened?
I was actually in the bathroom stall of a restroom in a restaurant, and I thought that we were alone, and no, we weren't. Somebody came in to wash their hands, and we were asked to leave the restaurant afterwards.
Wow.
Were you in a bathroom stall, or you just in the bathroom? Like,
In the bathroom stall, door shut. We were being discreet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Silver's?
I'm sorry?
Is it a Long John Silver's?
No. I wouldn't go in that bathroom for anything.
Was it a Starbucks?
No, not a Starbucks. Not enough time. No,
Nathan's
it was
Hot
a sit-down
Dogs.
restaurant.
Or like a regular restaurant?
It was in between dessert and waiting for dessert to come, and we got a little amorous and had to do something.
That was like a palate cleanser.
Back here,
Yeah, I like that. A palate cleanser.
just say that you were making your homemade whipped cream,
A protein shake.
Who caught you? The bathroom attendant?
No, it was another patron of the restaurant that went and complained.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
like the person who's complaining about somebody else getting a blowjob in a bathroom, like that's a sad person right there.
That's just
Oh.
jealousy.
It really is. It really is. I really should have invited her to come in and given her the orgasm of her life.
Whoa!
Exactly.
That is what the handicap stalls are for,
No kidding. They got the rails to grip.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wow. Oh man, that sucks. Well, I hope you can get back into a KFC sometime soon.
Oh, we can only hope. Fingers crossed.
We're like dying to know what restaurant it was.
That guy must have gave a great review of their bathroom though.
Oh, you know it. Spotlessly clean.
That's the thing is like I think if that happens next time and you get caught, like someone could have started making like throwing up noises, because if you see two sets of feet in one stall and one is facing the other, someone just start going, "Whoa," and then you can always say like, "Oh, I was in there with my sick friend."
Yeah.
That is true. That is true. He should just rammed his cock down my throat and made me gag.
Perfect one.
That's the only time someone's throwing up and somebody yells more.
That's really fun. Like,
Get the hair back though. Make sure get both of your hands and hold my hair back.
oh my God, like really cram it down there. Yeah, I've hooked up in bathrooms. Like, I think I did a comedy show at a hostel, and I ended up like banging this one dude on the floor of the bathroom in the hostel, but it was so clean. I couldn't get over there. I was like down there and I was like looking around. I'm like, wow, like they really take care of this place. Yeah, I mean, he had a really nice accent. That's kind of all it takes.
Oh, isn't it true?
Nice arms. And yeah, I went and left a review on that hostel Yelp. Like, I didn't stay here, but damn, it was clean. You know, I had to put him. So, yeah, those were good times. All right, Steve. Do we have one?
Yeah, sure. Never have I ever been sent to the hospital for a panic attack. Hey.
Hey.
All right. I did not want to be alone on that one.
I don't know if it was necessarily well, I think anyone would panic after their whole like right side of their face swells up from a tooth infection.
Oh my God.
It really looked like someone had like beat the shit out of me. Like completely underneath my eye was swollen. My whole, like I couldn't see and I couldn't breathe out of my nose.
Wow.
And it went down after like 2 weeks, but my face was still numb for like a whole month after that. But I went in and I freaked out because I thought I was gonna die. And they did like a CT scan and they ended up telling me pretty much the same thing that, you know, they sent me home with like antibiotics. And then when I went back, because I freaked out again, because I kind of went to the hospital by myself and I was kind of not sure if I should have gone out. And then I called my best friend to fly in. I was like, I'm freaking out. I'm in the hospital. I've never been in the hospital. Don't go to the hospital. I just stick this shit out. Like, I don't know what to do. And so he came and flew, and I was like still in the hospital, but I went home for like just a tiny bit because they told me to go get my meds. And then I went back to the hospital. They were like, you don't want to wait too long, but they weren't panicked about it, so I wasn't panicked about it. So they're just like, you know, come in a few hours from now, you know, just, you know, go get your meds, take a little nap if you want. They were like really nonchalant about it, actually. And then I went to the hospital. They kind of freaked me out and said my white blood cell count was high. And I just kind of Googled and was like, why would my white blood cell count be high? Like, is it fighting off an infection? And so I just kind of doctored myself, and I said, you know what, I don't have insurance, I'm getting out of this bitch.
Wow.
Yeah, my bill was expensive. I couldn't imagine if I would have stayed the night there. So I was barely in that for like 12 hours, and I regretted it.
Wow.
And it went down, and I went to my dentist the next day, and he fixed it, and it was all fine. Yeah, I panicked for like for like $10,000 with a panic there. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine you're in a waiting room with WebMD. You're like, oh great, I have triple AIDS. You know, and it cost you your whole life savings. Yeah, good thing that's awkward to like sneak out of there. But like, I have friends who've done that. Like, how do you sneak out? Good for you. But that is really scary for a tooth infection. Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. So moral of the story, go to the dentist even if you don't think you have to, or if you feel like you've gotten too busy, like still go.
Wow.
Everybody listening has lapsed on at least one doctor's appointment. Like I'm due for everything. I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna start growing a tail soon if I don't go. Steve, when was your panic attack?
I was like, I think I was 23. I was like maybe I was like a few years into comedy, and I was doing this show at a hotel, and the show went great, and all the comics wanted to like smoke and drink after. And I was like, all right, I'll go nuts. They gave me a room, and got too high, and there was these girls that were like hooking up all of the comics, but they were running around the hotel screaming like in the middle of the night. So like all the guests were waking up getting pissed, and they started screaming at the girls, and it just triggered like this anxiety attack in me. Wow. And I started freaking out, and I was having like these horrible chest pains. I'm like, oh, I'm 23. I'm having a heart attack. This is gonna be like in a medical book somewhere. Like I'm creating history. And called 911, and they came and took me. Same thing. Nothing. I'm fine. Most expensive ride of my life in the back of a truck, basically. And the EMTs were like putting needles in me, and they're like, "You're definitely on something else. Your blood pressure's through the roof. What have you had?" I'm like, "Just weed." And they're like, "No, you're on something else. This is ridiculous." And I'm like, "Well, you're putting needles in me. Maybe that would raise my blood pressure." And yeah, nothing. And I woke up the next day embarrassed and drove home.
Oh.
Wow. I almost called the ambulance because I was just like, freaking out because I felt the same thing. It was in my heart. It was in my chest. Like I felt the palpitations. I was like, and then I just decided to Uber. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna fucking have a panic attack in an Uber, but I'm okay. I'll make it. I'll make it.
Man.
I usually get heart palpitations like every time I try to get an Uber and there's like a crazy price surge.
Yeah. Have you heard that they're
on your guys'
they're not going to be in California anymore?
Oh, I was there in March, and yeah, I'm not sure when I would go back. Is that what you were asking? When I would go back next?
Oh no, I was saying Uber is not going to run in California any longer.
Whoa.
Yeah. The independent workers, they're pretty much just like, we don't want to make them independent or not independent. Like we want to keep everything as is. And so California wants to change some law, and they're like, we're not going to have it. So there might not be Uber or Lyft in LA any longer.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to take the bus.
You just take an ambulance.
Which is it, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
it'll be a free ride for the first, few days, and then they'll say
okay, whose turn is it? Is it KP's turn again, or is it my turn?
I haven't gone.
Oh shit! Oops, Jillian.
This one's been brewing. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else has done this. So I'm kind of curious. Doesn't really matter what age, but at any age, did anybody how does this work? Never have I ever stuck an inanimate object in one of my holes.
Wow.
That wasn't a typical like cucumber or. This goes for guys too, because you guys can stick stuff in your butts. So
this is like, okay, we're taking out obviously like dildos and regular things.
Dildos. Bananas, cucumbers, anything typical like
Toilet paper count.
A what?
Toilet paper? In your hole? What?
Just a white
Oh, are you talking about the roll? The circuit roll? Then I've got two actually.
Oh wow.
No, I
no one's done it.
Nothing has been. Man, now I feel like such a. Hey, I feel a Navy story coming on.
You know it. Too much downtime over there in Dubai. But yeah, I won't let you guys down on that one. We thought it would be hilarious if all right, we have these knives that would fold out. So it was like you hit a button and the knife would pop up. And we thought it would be hilarious the safe end, if there is such a thing. I walked around, I had that up my butt for a second, so it looked like my butthole was about to fight somebody.
Oh my God.
And again, it was 2011 when this happened, so we were allowed to be more politically incorrect. So I did have a Puerto Rican accent that my butthole had for the next couple of minutes while I had a knife moving around the room.
You had a Puerto Rican butthole. That's great. Did you have to
Turn your name El Chapo.
I should have. That's.
I thought you said you called your butthole Al Sharpton, which also works. It's sharp.
That was great. I was not expecting that.
You have to fight somebody else's butthole or just you? Oh,
Well, the first rule of Butthole Fight Club is that we can't talk about Butthole Fight Club.
I don't know if maybe there was somebody with a Dominican accent and then a knife up their butthole. Wow, this is like, I really want to join the Navy now.
I didn't think I was going to be hanging in there with the star-studded panel we have, yet here I am.
Anything in your butt? No, I mean, like, the baddest bad girl thing I've done is like, you know, when the toilet paper runs out and it's just the roll, like I've used that for a toilet, like, you know what I mean? You ever just take the empty roll of toilet paper and then you're like, well, I guess I'm using this now.
That's my girl. Okay.
Oh,
So my
trick.
very first thing I was initially why I brought this up was because a curling iron, I fucked myself with a curling iron, was not on, was not plugged in.
Oh my God.
And then you brought up the paper towel roll, and it reminded me, actually, a fan wanted me to find literally anything I could possibly find around my house, and I was kind of like at my mom's house, so I didn't really have any of my toys or anything. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, a brush? Like, that's not gonna work. And then he said, go find a bottle, go find a wine bottle. I was like, I can't put a wine bottle up my asshole. So he was like, well,
it would stain.
What else do you have? And I was like, a paper towel roll. And he's like, I want you to stick that whole thing up your ass. And I'm like, oh my God. And of course it's like, you know, from the base, and I unscrewed it. So it's like really, really skinny. And I'm like, I put it probably about halfway in before I realized, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put the camera down. I'm gonna psych him out because the you know how the paper towel roll kind of like unscrews?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I made it look like that came off in my ass. And that the other part was like in it. So I don't know. It was interesting. I ended up shooting it out and I was like, what am I doing? I don't know how. So then he was like, that wasn't thick enough. That wasn't big enough. So I'm like, I'm fucking this paper towel. What else do you want me to do?
Paper towel, man? Who's gonna not be satisfied with that?
You gave him cinematography. What else did you want?
Yeah.
So he wanted me to find a bottle, and it was like the thickness of a Mountain Dew bottle, like the thickness of that. And he wanted me to shove that in my asshole. And at this point, I'm like, I can maybe get the tip in. I can't get the acid in.
What's with assholes?
I don't know what. I was just like, okay, I can't. I felt so disgusted afterwards. I had to I scrubbed it from like head to toe, put it in the dishwasher, took it out, still cleaned it, and then I put it back on my mom's counter.
Yeah.
Like
Did he pay you, or is this like a fun, like you guys are going back and forth?
Oh no, yeah, he ended up paying my rent that night, but yeah.
Oh wow. Oh, I would do that. Wow.
Bottle.
I would stick this whole computer in my butt for rent. I would make that happen. Yeah, but I feel like the cardboard roll, like the cardboard, like the tube, I feel like I would fold that in half first and then stick that in. But yeah, you're talking about the spinny thing that you put.
Yeah, the spinny thing. It was like marble, so I didn't feel like I was gonna cut myself. I'd be more worried about the actual paper towel roll because it's got the cardboard and you can get paper cuts.
Behind.
I cannot imagine that.
But then again, if rent was on the line, I'd find a
Did
way.
the marble feel good? Was it nice and cool and
It was
soothing?
really cold and it did feel good. I was just more worried about he wanted me to stick that whole thing like unscrewed in my ass. So I just unscrewed it and made it look like it was in my ass, like all the way.
You could do
But
like a Houdini move, like a sleight of hand, and then make it look like the whole thing is in, and then it comes out of your ear.
yeah, that would be great.
Owner, and then you don't make any money. You're like, oh no, come back, wait.
Whew.
That's fun. I don't know. I'm not at the point where I like enjoy putting anything in my butt. But then again, if someone was going to pay my rent, I would start to like it real quick.
Yeah, I stick to dildos now. But.
Yeah. I have one that's made of amethyst, like the gemstone, and I only got it because I did a comedy show, and that was like how they paid me. It was like for the Brooklyn, something with Brooklyn, like a Brooklyn sex club or something, and they were like, we were like, are you gonna pay us? And they were like, behold, pick which one out, whatever you want. They were called shock rubs. That's what it was. Now it feels like I'm sponsored by them, but you know, rose, quartz, amethyst, I don't know.
Did you just have to set, like you wanted that one, or was that your birthstone?
Well, I knew that amethysts are like more expensive, like one of the more expensive gemstones, so I picked that one because I was like, I know that's probably the most expensive because I'm like a crystal freak like that. But I mean, I guess now I'm a super crystal freak because
I'm cheap. I just shoved coal up there.
You turn it to diamonds.
Thank you. She finished
it. That's fun. So, Steve, do you have something in your butt story?
I wish I did. I feel like I came unprepared. If you told me an hour ago, I would have had one for you. But I don't have one.
What would you have put up your butt if we would have told you?
Yeah. Look for something.
No, it can't be a regular thing. It's got to be something from around the house.
It's got to be something
like a stapler.
Like, Steve, look behind you. Pick something off the desk.
That lamp looks nice.
I got a tripod that looked like that tripod studded.
Steve, do you have a knife by chance?
Oh,
wow. I guess the tripod.
Wow, look at you.
Then you can because you can film at the same time, so it's like I have free hands.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just that.
It's also like a built-in chair. You know those chairs that people bring to like parades when they can't stand for long periods. Yeah.
Wow. I just learned something about myself.
For a super kinky senior citizen in your life, get one of those. Okay. Sophia, did you go?
No, I haven't. I mean, I've sucked lots of dildos, fingers, vegetables, bananas, of course. I have also had a wine bottle and a beer bottle put up my butt.
What kind of wine?
The little end or the big end?
No, the small end, but it was a Bordeaux bottle, so it got fat, so we saw how much we could get in there.
What year was the wine?
No, I don't remember that part. I should, though, being such a wine aficionado, loving wine so much. I should have remembered that. That would have been, I do remember it was Bordeaux.
Ooh.
Now these are empty, right?
Yes, I would never waste wine like that.
Okay.
That's sacrilege.
You could shake it up and then you open it and it goes everywhere. So it's
I'd be impressed if this is how you got the cork out personally. But.
Ooh.
You would need
like that idea.
point for that.
I'm gonna put a corkscrew up, and then that way I can help. That's more helpful.
That brings a new definition to the term spinner.
Oh.
I know exactly what you
It's like,
mean.
yeah. The future wine bottle openers. Okay. Well, let's see. Do I have one? Never have I ever been caught masturbating by my significant other. listening. Woo!
Wow.
Okay then. Wow. Just me and Sophia have something to hide. Great.
That I have been caught actually masturbating to my own porn by a boyfriend walking in. What can I say? I can't help myself. When I see my porn, especially the first time, it turns me on. I gotta enjoy it.
That's
To me,
great.
that is how you love yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm my first lover and I'm my best. I know exactly where to hit me.
Wow.
He was really just jealous because he can't make me come as hard as I can
Oh!
together anymore. So, oh well.
Did it make him
Wow.
feel away? Was he sad?
No. I don't think so. He was just like, you still got some more energy for me? I'm like, hell yes, I do.
Yeah. I remember one time my boyfriend caught me masturbating in the bathroom, and I was like really caught off guard. I mean, like, not so much that I stopped. I was like, and then he was like, "Ooh, can I help?" And I was like, "Yeah, when I'm done, you can clean the bathroom."
I want it to look like a hostel in here.
Yeah, yes, I want this looking like a hostel. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to compete with a Hitachi for sure. So he was like, "Ooh, can I help?" No, you can't help. This thing has got 100 horsepower. No, you can't. Just sit there, you know. Anyway, everybody's happy. Everything's great. Okay, KP.
All right. Never have I ever been pulled over while drunk.
Nope. Wow. Okay. Wow, two of you. What happened? Did you get in trouble?
I go or should Jillian go?
Mine's gonna be a long story.
Go for it. I was gonna say mine was just short. It's Nets Sixers down in Philly, and I think the cops figured out I was drunk because they told me I was on the wrong side of the road going.
Oh,
Yeah. And nice part about Philly cops, if you tell them you're from Jersey, they say, "Just get out of here, kid." And I haven't been back to Philly since.
I thought we could throw on a British accent and say that you are from England, where they drive on the other side of the street.
Solid lawyer move. I appreciate that.
I guess it's my turn. Okay, so 2016, I was back in Minnesota to see family for the holidays. That's where I'm originally from. I usually don't rent out a car, but I decided to that time, and I think I was just happy. I just turned like 21, and I didn't realize you could like rent cars at that age. I thought I had to wait till I was 26, but I just had to pay a shit ton more for it, which is whatever at the time. So I got the rental car. Some girlfriends, I'd come down and see them, and I was gonna go see one girlfriend. I was on my way to see the other. Went by the restaurant and had probably about like a good two of these, I'd say. And I knew, because I was gonna go up to my other friend's house, so I kind of knew not to drink too much. I was like, okay, 2 glasses of wine and you'll be fine. That was my motto. And
Oh, it rhymes.
it rhymes, yeah. So I was like, okay, you'll remember that. You won't drink anymore. Your friend will tell you not to. She'll, look out for you that way. And then we ended up actually going to the movies. And the movie theater had a little bar right when you walk in. That's the whole reason why we went to the restaurant, because we didn't think that there was going to be alcohol on the way in. So yeah, I just misjudged everything. And the bartender, I actually want to blame it on the bartender because he kept topping me up. So I literally had your cup, the little mustache cup. I had a cup that size. And I took like a little sip of it, and then I put it on the counter, and he would top it off. And then I would take another little sip, and he would top it off. So like I lost point, at this time, like how much I was drinking. Like when I
Get laid.
watched the movie, I'm sorry.
I think he was trying to get laid by you.
Right? Well, 2 pretty girls, going to a movie to live by themselves, you know, trying to think that maybe when we got, you know, done that we would, who knows. But I think it was just doing his jobs, you know, for the tips. Like I kept tipping him every single time. He kept topping me up. So anyway, I go to the movie and I realize, you know, I don't remember the movie. I was probably about halfway in. It was like the office Christmas party or something. And I didn't even remember it at all. Because we walk out. So at this point now, it's my friend talking and telling me like what had happened. I was blacked out. And I was wanting to drive, but she kept telling me, no. She didn't really take my keys. Billy, she took my keys, but I like forced them back from her somehow. And then I got behind the wheel and I ended up driving like ridiculous. I made it from one town to the other, 25 miles driving drunk. And I ended up driving in a ditch and I was safe. I was good. My friend got out, called a friend, was able to get to safety. And you can imagine what I'm going through at this point. But I get booked and I'm still drunk at this point. They told me they had to take me to the hospital, calm me down, all this. So I was just livid. I don't know if they've ever gotten this blacked out drunk before, but I don't ever want it to happen again, and it hasn't. So let's just say I don't drink that much anymore. But I woke up in jail, right? And I'm just kind of like wondering what the heck. And I get my phone call. So I call my mom and I'm like, Mom, I'm in jail. And she's like, yeah, I know, your friend called me. I've been calling lawyers, been calling people all around. I was like, here's my phone. This is my login info. Like, call everybody you know. And, you know, she's freaking out because, you know, she's trying to get me out on bond or whatever. And so that day, right? And I'm such an idiot. The judge tells me my bond is $50,000. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I can pay that. And he's like, okay, well then raise it to $100,000.
What?
I'm like, oh my God. So I'm in jail for about 9 days. Mind you, this is like Christmas time. I miss Christmas with my family. And it's like the new year, like right before the new year, before I get out. And then I end up, you know, I wasn't very responsible. I don't know why I'm saying this. I don't want anyone to give me shit about this. Moral of the story is don't do what I do because I was not very responsible and I ended up having a warrant out for my arrest. And I ended up going to turn myself into Minnesota and they were really hard on me. My lawyer told me I paid him like $30,000 just to tell me that I was going to be in there for a month when I thought I was going to be in there for a week.
Wow.
He told me it was going to be a week, and my mom told me a couple days later, she came in while I was locked up during visiting hours, and she's like, you're going to want to brace yourself. Your lawyer is about to come in here and tell you you're going to be in here for a month. I freaked out. I was so upset. I was in jail for a month. I ended up doing laundry service, you know, when you can do little jobs and stuff. I took time off my sentence. I was supposed to be there for about 40 something days. I was in there for 33 days. So it was insane. I'm like literally jail bait, whatever you call that. But the worst part of it, I think, actually was the aftermath. They said I had to stay in Minnesota until they transferred me back to California. And it took about 60 days for that transfer. So that's when I was doing that, shoving stuff up my butt.
If you had done that in jail, maybe that would have also lowered your sentence.
I like their stories are like a Tarantino movie.
So.
But Jillian, you were probably the prettiest girl in jail.
No, actually, there was this really hot girl. I was like, what the hell happened? Like, all these pretty ass bitches from Minnesota are getting DUIs and all that. I'm like, what the heck is going on here?
Like, no.
Jillian, move to Jersey. You can just get away with it like I do.
Yeah, just,
yes. Good. I think I'm going to move to Vegas, actually, so let's see how that goes.
Whoa. Well, you learned a valuable lesson. It also sounds like that guy may have drugged you because it sounds like you got way too fucked up for like just a couple drinks.
You know what? It just baffles me is that not even, obviously after I was done with probation and I went on, I just got drunk as shit and I had about 2 or 3 full bottles of wine before I even blacked out. Like, how the hell? Like, this size, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like, how and what, why? So yeah, he must have drugged me because I can tolerate 3 bottles of wine and I can't handle 2 glasses of wine.
Wow.
And it didn't make any sense to me. So yeah.
Wow.
I would have gone, done what I could to get him in trouble, but I was just like, you know what? At this point, I did so much that it was at that point my fault. So I was like,
I mean, I'm just glad you didn't die.
I'm glad too, and you know what? That in itself is a scary thing, but I had my friend in the car. I could have killed her. So that really opened up my eyes and, made me realize don't drink and don't drive,
Yes, all the kids watching, don't drink and drive.
Don't drink or drive or try to spit an officer and get an assault.
Oh.
So much happened. I'm just like, and I went through a lot after, so I'm good now, but it was a lesson learned.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While we're at it, don't stick a knife up your ass either.
Right. That's
Definitely not the point here.
We could do a Scared Straight program here.
Yeah. I think that would do him justice.
You're like, scared straight? I don't know how straight I am anymore.
If I would have saw something, like this and then gone on, I would have probably thought twice.
Yeah. That's good. We're out here just to change lives. That's the whole point of Never Have I Ever, to set a good example.
Yeah, you're helping people. We didn't have a story like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, never have I ever got a felony.
Ooh.
Anyone?
Oh God, I'm so boring like that.
I'm gonna.
One day it'll happen, Chrissy.
Maybe. Ooh, Steve.
No, I just haven't drank.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn. All right.
I feel so lame.
You're not lame. Okay. Never have I ever had braces. All right. Jillian, maybe if you had braces, you wouldn't have gotten so drunk that night. Yeah. I had braces in college, which means I had no boyfriends. I also had very, very short hair. So yeah, I was like a triple threat, and I was fat. So I had a lot going on in college. Yeah, my parents, I don't know why, they just thought like, oh, let's wait till she's 19 and slap some braces on her. But
well, I think I would have done better if I had braces. I don't know. My dentist kept telling me my teeth are good, and then they had to work on them. So it's like, are they really that good if you have to keep going back?
My orthodontist was, I think, an evil person because, like, usually when they remove teeth to have braces, they remove, like, the back molars and then, like, they push them all in. But he removed, like, these teeth, like, almost like, well, they're gone. You can't see them now. But, like, almost like my first set of molars. So there was, like, you could see gaps in my teeth. Like, I would talk, you could see, like, holes in my face from where these teeth, and rubber bands going across. So I had like holes and rubber bands, and
did it hurt?
Nobody would put their dick in my mouth for years. No, I mean I was knocked out for the teeth pulling out part. It just well, yeah, actually.
Did you ever test on anything like?
Oh God, you have to floss like meticulously. It was a lot of times.
When the rubber bands would pop inside your mouth and hit your lips and.
Yep.
Oh, I hated it. I had braces for 5 years. Yes, and I found out when I was getting them taken off that my parents were given the option of having my jaw broken and wired shut And then I would only have braces for a couple of years. I'm like, why didn't you do it? It was awful. 5 years of braces.
What's your jaw been wired shut for?
They have underbite, and they would have broken it and brought my chin out, and it would have been great, and then they just would have straightened it and not a big deal. Instead, I was in headgear, rubber bands, 5 years. Started in middle school, and I got them off second semester my junior year.
Oh, God.
And oh my God, isn't it the best when you lick your teeth for the first time after your braces come off? It's like, it was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy, but like, you know, you made up for it, you know?
I did.
Oh, that's crazy. All right, KP.
I had him in 7th grade for a little while. It was pretty rough, but again, I don't mean to keep going back to the Navy here, but when you go in boot camp, the dentists, they're very eager to pull your wisdom teeth out. So
Wow.
yeah, they pretty well. This is the sad part. They don't tell you this till way afterwards, but I had a friend who worked on the medical side, and she said that's boot camp is when all the people who go on to train to be dentists, that's when they get their training hours in. So in boot camp, they pull any wisdom teeth they can because they need the hours. So you're getting your wisdom teeth pulled out by people who have never done it before.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're guinea pigs.
I would rather have a
taken out.
cut.
It was frightening, I'll put it that way. I only had the braces in 7th grade, but then apparently I didn't do enough of a good job because they popped them out I was 20 when I joined. So.
Wow.
Oh. I still really want to join the Navy. All right. Steve.
Never have I ever been crowd surfing.
Ooh. Wow, you guys are the only cool ones.
Wow. Yeah, well, I'll start with mine. I didn't want to. My friend just picked me up and threw me during the concert. And I'm that size where you can do that. And then I ended up loving it and then did it the rest of the show.
Who were you there to see?
It was a rock festival, so I don't even remember who was there. It was just like a bunch of bands over and over and over again.
Nickelback.
yeah. Yeah, Tom Petty. All
Wow.
the people.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Did they grab your parts?
If they did, it was the back. Nothing, no front action. It was
Back action?
I got ripped off. Not in a good way, but
Took your wallet?
no.
Oh.
No, I'm a front pocket wallet guy. I'm smart and whatever. Yeah, no one grabbed anything.
Okay.
I got dropped too. They dropped me.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's
Seem
sad.
very concerned.
All right, Sophia.
Yeah, well, being a girl, I never got dropped. I've been crowd surfing 7 times. When I was in high school, I was a total local garage band groupie kind of girl. And yeah, I go to the concerts, they get me up on stage, and I jump off, and they pass me around. It was a great fun. I loved it. And yes, I had my ass grabbed, my boobs grabbed, my crab coming down, but they never dropped me.
Like, what's the word?
Mom, nobody else.
No, I would see bands like my concerts were like Alanis Morissette, and then I would see Florence and the Machine. So there's no crowd surfing there.
Been crowd surfing. All the places I've been to are just, it's like nightclub style. It's like you're just standing on top of the table dancing with your drinks.
Just good, clean fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, whose turn is it? Jillian.
Oh man, I haven't thought of any since those first two. Never have I
Never have ever cut my own hair.
Something like that. Never have I ever done something so drastic to my look that I absolutely just hated it, and then ended up liking it. For instance, I cut my hair probably about 2 years ago, and I was hosting a New Year's Eve party, and so I was in Cali, but we were going to be in Florida to host it. So I got it done at the Ulta here. No shade on Ulta, but your boy there needs some help. But he did my hair. It was supposed to be blonde. I just did like Kardashian style all around, like blonde, whatever, without showing a picture. That was my fault. And it turned out orange. I would say probably about your color. I didn't hate it, but it was not what I was going for. And so he did it again. So I'm there for like 5-6 hours, and it still looks the same. It's maybe like a little blonder, like orange, but you can tell it's not what it was going to be. So I said, fuck it. Went on a plane, flew to Florida, got my hair done from another person on New Year's Eve, which was kind of like I didn't realize, didn't think anyone would be open. And I just said, go dark. I said, just go left if you have to. I said, I don't care. And they ended up, the brown mixed with the orange, and it turned into this beautiful burgundy, like red. And I hated it at that moment, but right when some pictures came out of me with the hair, I was like, oh, I love this. It looks so good, but absolutely ruined my whole new year. The year was going to start off new hair, like it was going to be all that, and it wasn't. And then I ended up hating it. I went to AVN. I got some pictures, people. I ended up loving it. It looked great when it was, the award show. And then I did everything I could possibly make it grow out and grow longer. And I used shampoo and stuff that's now down to my ass almost. But I was just so mad. And now I'm just kind of I'm thinking about my hair off again.
Aww.
That's that.
Once when during another time when I couldn't get a boyfriend, I just was like, bangs will help. And no, they didn't. I don't know. I told myself at the time they looked good, but then I look back at pictures and I'm like, no, they didn't.
Yeah, I've done that too. I just didn't know how to style them. I kind of feel like I would know what to do with them now, but yeah, back in the day it was just one just kind of spreads across right here, and you're just chilling with
oh yeah.
Not yep.
Did they have bangs in the Navy?
No. I wouldn't know what to do with them either. I will say this though, I got called a pedophile for this mustache when it first started at the beginning of quarantine, but Chrissie, the mustache is calling the shots now.
The mustache is in charge?
You've more than I ever was, I'll tell you that much.
I hope the mustache is not in charge of your internet search history.
It feels like cheating. I get to wear a mask during the day, so no one knows I even have it at work.
Wow, it's like your little secret.
It is my tramp stamp for my face.
Yeah, now's the time, just to experiment with weird hairstyles, and it seems like nothing matters anymore. So.
Well said.
No, everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be okay, Sophia, you're up.
Never have I ever laid naked.
Laid on a blanket?
Laid out naked at a pool or a beach.
Ooh, yes, I've done that. Yes, I've done that.
Its question is laying out, is that a prerequisite or just being naked outside?
You want to be basking. You want to have the sunscreen evenly applied everywhere so you don't burn.
I'm Irish. We're going to burn no matter what.
And have a nice sea breeze coming up to your nether regions is always so pleasant.
Hers was too romantic. I'm out then. I can't say I did it.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm imagining KP's scenario just sounds like just a lot of things went wrong, you know? Naked outside.
You're not wrong.
I was in Ibiza. Woo! Very cool place. Looking back, I wish I had gone with somebody else. But yeah, I was on a nude beach and it was fun. It's like really fun and freeing. Like the first time you're like, wow, I'm about to get naked in public. And then you see enough people around who have a worse body than you. So that's what helps you, make you jump and like really do it. You're like, all right, at least I'm not at that fucking whale over there, and I'm like, comfortable with
We were
it.
at the same beach.
Oops. And then I start hearing something like I'm like drifting out to sleep, and then behind me I start hearing like, and I'm like, what's that? And I turn, some guy's jerking off like right behind me. But he was like laying on his side like this, like jerking off. And I was just like, whoa. He was on the other side of this fence. It was like a chain link fence. He wasn't even a part of the beach. He was just like,
Jesus.
And you're like, no, I wanted sunscreen on my back.
no, I was like, oh, at least rub it in if you're gonna put. Oh no! I just feel like I have a burn on my back, and it's just like the outline of like jizz splatter. Yeah. Times vacation.
I'm picturing that. He's just jacking off. He's like, here, man, can I help you? Here's some lotion. He just rubs over his.
I was shocked and appalled at the time, but now looking back, I'm flattered.
That's actually a good point.
Yeah, I was like, thanks for choosing me. It's a whole beach full of people. Where were you, Sophia?
Well, I am blessed enough to have a pool in my backyard, and I have a 2.5 acre wooded lot. So I can lay out topless, naked, whatever, whenever I want to. So that's great. I've also laid out naked in Jamaica, Portugal, Spain, and Croatia.
Wow. So a naked tour.
Yeah. Anywhere I can get naked, I'll do it.
That's
Same
fun.
with me.
I really don't like tan lines. I hate tan lines.
I only like them because fans like them, so it's just kind of like, oh, okay. I guess I can do some tan lines.
I do like the bikini tan line because that's like, it's a day glow white bullseye. Like, boys, this is where you're shooting for.
Yes.
I have like, well, I've been wearing a mom suit for the last week and a half because I'm just hanging out with like my boyfriend and his 9-year-old son. So I'm not going to be like bringing it, I have to wear like a mom suit, but then now I have a mom suit tan, which is like, yeah, it's like I've been wearing a blanket for a week. So I have to stay appropriate,
I haven't been out in the sun at all.
Oh, there's so
One day, someday. No.
never have I ever had a body part fall out of a ride, and like an amusement ride. Okay, so or a slide, like a slide or a ride. Okay. All right, yay! Music.
One slide and went down in my bikini, and I stood up and my boob is hanging out of my bikini top.
Oh my God, I have a
Like
similar
water park.
I was like,
Please.
like, that's crazy. Just a couple days ago, I went to Kalahari, which is a huge indoor water slide place in Pennsylvania. And so it's one of these flow rider things. It's like fake surfing. It's like you're indoors and it blows up really hard and you have to like surf on it and they make you do all these tricks. So I'm in line. The lady in front of me, middle-aged Spanish lady, she goes on it, she does it. She flies back immediately. She's like, ah! She stands up both her tits are out. She has no idea. She's just, I did it. She has no idea. So everyone's screaming at her in Spanish. They're both just out, and she's like, hey, she's like waving to her kids, and everyone's like, your tits, they're out, and just a full 30 seconds went by. She had no idea. And then she looked down, she's like, hey, and then I was like, all right, that's not happening to me. And so I just yanked up the mom suit even higher. I went and I did it, but then sure enough, like I had a whole boob, like I flew back, one like fell out, but I picked it up before I stood up, and I was like, man, this guy manning this ride, he must see so many boobs, being the staff guard.
It's a perk of the job.
Hashtag big boob probs, which I wouldn't know about.
Oh.
Here's for the itty bitty titty committee.
Oh. But you know what? It's like, it was worth it, man, Okay. All right. I think we have time for uno más. Anybody can go. Uh-oh.
Yes.
Take it away.
No, we're Zoom lagging. All right. Who's going?
Unless anybody else has something.
Do it, KP.
All right. I thought I wouldn't have said this earlier, but it's appropriate with the panel that we have. Never have I ever been grossed out by something I saw in porn.
Oh, yeah. No judgment, though.
Far from judgment.
I always get grossed out when I see, like, cum being passed from one mouth to another. Like, I tried
Oh,
to
that's nothing. That's nothing.
get that's nothing. Oh,
That's easy. That's easy.
God. I just can't imagine.
That's a Tuesday.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. All right. I got to know your guys' answers.
The one I saw was the 2 girls in a cup.
I still haven't seen that.
Oh!
What? Oh my gosh. Then you need to check. Oh, then the ones who have seen that need to check out 2 guys. No, 1 guy, 1 glass.
Oh, I have seen that.
So you've seen that, but you haven't seen it. Oh my gosh.
He breaks a glass in his butthole.
Oh,
He sticks Christmas ornaments up there. He shoves them up, and then they break, and then they fall out.
Which jackass movie are we talking about here?
No, this is a guy
None of
who's
us.
into breaking stuff up into his butthole.
Oh, boy.
wow.
It's bad.
Yeah, that sounds Jewish.
Very
It's-
super bloody and gross.
Should have been called Mazel Tov.
Mazel
Oh,
tov! Yep.
Wow.
He's married to a bloody butthole for the rest of his life.
Like, what's the time on
You
that?
gotta use that toilet paper roll.
That's-
Yeah.
By the day, like I just did.
And this guy has done a lot of these videos. He's breaking.
I've only seen the one.
Oh, really?
Wow.
One was enough for me.
I can't get enough of them. I have to see more. It's gross.
Hydrogen peroxide.
Oh.
Okay, I think I might have one that would top it. I don't know. I never did anything, but I received an email from a fan one day, and he just before he even mentioned like what it was, he just kind of like introduced himself, and it sounded something very interesting at first, but then it was just, he was very nice and very sweet to me, and probably the best like complimentary like email I could have ever gotten. And then the second half of it was a request to do something absolutely absurd. He wanted to pay me not a lot even.
Not a lot.
Okay, so
Probably feature pay, I would assume, Chrissie.
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
What did you say, KP?
I just the comparison between the industries, I was going to say it's probably at least feature pay for us. The comics will do we've done worse for less. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I would say I don't even know a price for something like this. For God, I hope no one judges me for this. But I love all you fans. I love all you guys. But I will not
That being said,
fuck a dog. I will not.
Could you at least
For life review for me, for anybody, I will not fuck a dog for $3,000. Not alone.
That's not enough. I mean, I don't know anything
Not
about
alone. 10, 20, 30, or 40. Even if you pay me $1 million, I still wouldn't fuck a dog. Like,
Wow.
that's probably almost way too much, but not
Could
that
you
much.
pick the kind of dog? Could you pick, because like, are we talking Chihuahua or are we talking Great Dane? You know?
Yeah, did you save the dog?
Okay, we're done. We're done.
Oh, no, that's obviously horrible, and we're all happy you didn't do it.
I think like a police dog type.
Oh,
You
Dalmatian.
know, like the
No, that's a
dominant,
He's a sucker for
really.
a dog in
Wait,
uniform.
so a German Shepherd.
Yeah. I think that's what he's going for. So if you're listening, I'm sorry, love you, but do not ever, ever, ever ask me to do anything like that again.
Wow. Yeah, those dogs are
Wow.
for bombs, not, you know, other stuff.
Yeah. That was probably the most, you know, people ask me all the time, what's the most embarrassing and most entertaining, or this and that. And that's the most memorable. You know, people ask all the time, can I get into porn? How do I get into porn? And it's the same thing all the time. But with that, I've never in my life been asked to do something like that. And it blew my mind that someone would ever, I mean, you get off, do whatever you get off. Like, your fetish is your fetish, but there's other girls out there that will do that. I'm not your girl. I'm not your girl.
You're more of like you're more of a cat person.
I am a cat person. I mean, I wouldn't do it with cats, but I would play like a cat. I would put some ears on, play little kitty, like meow meow, purr, purr. You know, like I'm good with that. But
Expression.
I don't know if it's just like because I am more of a cat person. I'm not really into dogs anyway, so I don't find them like that. You know.
Yeah, you made the right choice. All right, Sophia, what was something you saw?
Oh, I said the two girls in the cup was the one that.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't even see that.
Yes.
I'm saving it for my wedding day. All right, Steve.
Mine's the same as Sophia. I remember seeing I remember being in high school when that was circling around, and
It scars you, doesn't it?
it is to this day.
Throw up or poop or both?
It was poop.
I only remember poop, but I think both end up happening.
Oh.
I think I don't. You know what? Let's roll the tape.
Insert here.
I don't remember.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I don't remember either, but I remember like everyone in school making such a big fuss about it. But they were eating ice cream, like eating it like ice cream. At first, that's what you think it is, and then
Sprinkles on it, or was it in a cone?
I think it was kind of in a cone, something like that. And so you kind of get that idea where you kind of think it's like that for a second, and then when you realize what it is,
Right.
I think you start throwing up in your mouth as they start throwing up. But I'm pretty sure it was something, I think they swapped their throw up with each other too. But that's just my dirty mind thinking now that I'm informed that that's what I would have done. Something like that.
Yeah.
For some reason, I would do something over like that over the other thing I said.
Yeah, the dog thing.
I would eat shit like that any day over fucking a dog.
Jesus.
Aww.
That's the title of a book, if I've ever heard one.
That shows what a good person you are.
Yeah, my dog just left the room all sad now, but
I take that back. I don't mean that.
Oh, you're a
Hear
good
that? Buddy?
What is something that you saw, KP? Did you say the thing that grossed you out?
Yeah, it wasn't like a gross like physical thing or whatever. It was just something where I stared at the screen confused. Tell me what yep, I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
Aw.
Outstanding. I can't have that dog hear what I'm about to say.
I know. Oh, that's nothing.
No, the thing that grossed me out was it was weird. So like before, whenever you don't have internet access, remember when you're kind of stuck with whatever porn your buddy has? No? All right.
Yes. I'm over here nodding.
Okay. Yeah, so we were stuck with some of that, whatever one of our buddies had, and my one buddy Hobart had this video on his laptop, and it was of a girl with a shaved head, which it's not like, it's not a disqualifier for me, but it's not what I'm looking for. At the end of the video, two dudes then jerk off on her bald head, and she's just sitting there rubbing it in like some sort of a shampoo or something. And I looked up and I just said, I know what I was before this. I don't know who I am now. But, and I had some questions for Hobart when I saw him afterwards. I'll put it that way.
What is that, a head fetish? I don't know.
I have never seen it since, and nor do I care to. And he is now married, and he has 2 kids on the way.
Wow. Do you think his wife? You should tell.
I have a shaved head.
That's
Yeah, I'm gonna do just because so I can send you a video of just. I'm gonna do a
It's
blow
always
bang.
shiny.
Have everybody jerk off onto my bald head.
God.
Oh,
terrifying.
I love it. That's actually not as bad though, but I see where you're coming from because everyone has their type.
Well, I was in 7th grade.
What
Come on,
is
cut me
your
some
type,
slack.
What is your type?
Wow.
Long brunettes or long blondes?
I'm enjoying the panel this evening. I'll put it that way.
I'd rather have Steve like blow a load onto my bald head than to my like hair if I just got it done with like a nice blowout. Like that would piss me off.
That's
You know?
a lot of work done, all for nothing.
Oh, nothing's worse than getting a big old cum shot and you're freshly done hair. You're pissed.
Oh, it's worse on your eyelashes, especially
Oh,
when
and
you're
your eyes swell up red. Oh,
And then
Oh.
your
I get
eyes
migraines. I
together?
get literal migraines when I get cum in my eye. I can't. I go blind.
terrible.
I literally can't see. I'm like, you blinded me with your cum.
Yeah, you could lose your contact.
Steve, I don't think we're drinking anytime soon, bud.
Uh,
Yeah, and they told me the stuff I'm doing is gonna make me blind.
Oh my God. Guys,
never have I ever, for the guys, came into my own, like, jerked up into my face. That's pretty guys, obviously, because I don't have a dick.
jugular. Come on, Navy boy.
This is
Hey,
for
it's
you
not for
guys.
lack of trying.
Aim for effort, huh?
Yeah, no. I tried, then I broke the chin-up bar. It was weird.
I've been wearing face shields way before quarantine, so that's
Outstanding.
That's fun. All right, guys, this was a blast and a half. Let's go around, tell everybody where everybody can follow us, find us, jerk off to us, etc. Steve.
I mean, I've excluded from the ending, but
You're not.
well, if you my podcast, the comedy podcast about anxiety, it's called Panic Attacking, and if you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, it's @NotSteveRogers.
Curveball. All
Yeah.
right. Jillian.
You can find me on Twitter, Jillian Janson. OnlyFans, Jillian Janson. My Sex Panther is back. And then, yeah, everything else, that's pretty much it. I don't have Instagram anymore.
Aw.
Oh,
Okay.
People.
So,
That's okay. We'll find you. KP.
Weird time to plug it after the question I just answered, but me and my dad do a podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called American Loser. It's weird stories from American history, and that's over on a shared universe network with the guys from Comic Book Men and all those dudes. So
Ooh.
they can hit us up on there. It's @American Loser, Instagram, and or just on the Facebook. But Patreon's working, baby. That's all I got these days.
Nice. Sophia.
yes, you can find me on OnlyFans, Sophia West, Twitter, and on Instagram.
Perfect. And you can follow me at Chrissie Mayer, ChrissieMayer. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even though not so much on the TikTok anymore. Sorry, China. Parlor. Check out my podcast, the Chrissie Mayer Podcast. And the Wet Spot on Compound Media every Monday at 7:30 p.m. EST. This has been Never Have I Ever. Thank you guys all so much for doing it. This was super fun. and no dogs were filmed. And
No dogs were harmed in the making of this.
Bestiality. Oh,
Thank you,
yay,
Chrissie.
we're saving the world. All right, thanks, guys.
cheers.
So.